Good to have you back with us once again on M&A Ambassadors, Becoming the USP, the Ultimate Sales Professional. Now, in this mini-series, we're talking about those questions that clients throw at the end of the presentation. Questions like, I need some time. I'll get back to you. Let me think about this. Let me check with someone else. And we looked at the 3 influences to the decision that can make them end up with these statements. So today I want to, in the second video, talk about the looping technique. The looping technique is a very powerful technique that you can use in the closing stages to actually handle any of these statements that come up. Now, a bit of background on the technique. This technique was made popular by Jordan Belfort, Wolf of Wall Street. And if you get onto YouTube and if you look at the straight line persuasion method, you will see very good videos on this particular technique, the looping technique. And I would strongly recommend that you actually watch these, because if you don't understand the looping technique, you're seriously hurting yourself. So what is the looping technique? You see, in the course of the sales conversation, clients are moving along with you. So you may have presented some very good USPs and why this is an amazing community or investment opportunity. Now the client heard all of that. But that's in the past now. He's moved on in the conversation, and now he's at a point where he's focusing probably on things like the price, the down payment, the payment plan. Is this a good opportunity? The nervousness is coming up, objections are starting to come up, or they're starting to make the excuses. At this point in time, what you need to do is remind them of certain things that will build back their confidence. And those are the 3 influences we talked about in the previous video. You need to remind them about why this opportunity actually works for them. You also need to remind them about who you are and why they should go ahead and do it based on your recommendation. And you need to remind them why the brand or the community that is backing the opportunity is a very credible one. So the technique of looping is where you loop the client backwards into the benefits and the reasons why this whole discussion is happening in the first place. So when you take them backwards into that, you will grow on a scale of 1 to 10. Each of these 3 areas, you raise the bar again, so they feel more and more confident about you, and this will help you to take them to the close. So the technique is 3 different loops. We can't do all of them in a video, so I will break them up over a few videos, and my last grand video will be a summary. Now the first technique will have to start with an acknowledgement and a deflection. So let's take an example and see how the acknowledgement and the deflection works. I'll repeat it 2-3 times so you can internalize it. You're sitting with the client, and then the client says, let me think about this. So all you will do is you will take the name of the client. You must take the name of the client. So I would say, John, I hear what you're saying. But let me ask you this. In general, do you like this opportunity? And you pause. So let me say that again and we'll analyze it. Client has said, I need some time to think about this. Or let me think about this. I'll say, John, I understand. But let me ask you, in general, do you like this opportunity? So I'm not answering or anything. I'm going to get him to say, yes, I like this opportunity. It's very hard for a client to say no to this one because you've been going through a structured process. So once he says yes, listen to the tonality of his answer. Because the first loop that you're going to do, you will mirror and match his tonality. This is really critical. Do not change the tonality here. So let me show you 2 examples of tonality and how you should respond. So you need to be listening carefully to see the shift in my tonality. So I'm going to do the deflection part once again. So the client sits with you and says, let me think about this. I said, John, I understand. But let me ask you, in general, do you like the opportunity? And the client says, well, yeah, I like the opportunity. I'll say, exactly. The reason why this works for you. You see what I did? I matched his tonality. I came in exactly the way he said it, and that word exactly is very powerful. It just summarizes everything that's happening in that one word. So that was a slightly low tonality. Now let me give you the higher tonality. So client tells you, I need some time to think about this. So John, I understand. Well, let me ask you, in general, do you like this opportunity? Well, yeah, I love the opportunity. I'll say, exactly. What really works for you in this opportunity? Can you see the difference now in how the tonality has been changed to match the client's tonality and his place of comfort at that moment? Master the deflection technique here, and you will be nicely introducing the first loop, which will be coming on the next video. So a summary of what we did today is the deflection when the client says, let me think about this, or I need to check with someone. John, I understand. I'll quickly check if, sorry, I'll have to do the last bit again, okay? John, I understand. But let me ask you, in general, do you like this opportunity? Well, yeah, I love the opportunity. Well, exactly. What really works for you, that's how you would come in. I'll see you on the next video of M&A ambassadors becoming the USP, the ultimate sales professional.